Today we are moving in waves and we are making a price prediction for this cryptocurrency. Oldie but a goodie. So if you're interested in waves, if you want to surf through the crypto space, join us. Have you subscribed? Well, the majority of the votes on this poll in my community tab said, of course. But if you are the minority, if you're thinking about it, consider it. Join us. We are welcoming you. It's completely free and you can get some value out of it. Except if you are among the 3% that said never. Also, about a month ago, I posted this thought, this tagline from our channel. When dinosaurs ruled the world, you weren't there, but you are here now that cryptos are starting their dominion. Don't miss out. Enjoy the journey. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this applies to you. Are you standing on the sidelines? Nothing on this channel is financial advice, but think about it. Could this be the lifetime opportunity? Could it be opportunity that you will regret for the rest of your life? Don't watch the train goes by. Jump in. With that said, let's jump into the top coins and see what's happening. In the top 10, two things are catching my eye. XRP, the fallen giant, has finally started to wake up. 11.91% to the upside, currently standing at 57 cents. It will be very interesting to see if the XRP regains this momentum. How will he react to the fact that he was dethroned a few weeks ago by Cardano, Binance, Polkadot? All of those guys were behind him. Will he be able to regain its third place that he held for years? We'll see about it. It's a fairly interesting contest. Second thing I want to point you out. We have a newcomer in the class. Theta Network, ladies and gentlemen. 12.32% to the upside. Theta today is standing at $11.35. And for the first time in its life came to the elite, to the top 10. Question is it strong enough to stay in this position? We'll see. If you're interested in Theta Network, check out our video we just made a few weeks ago. It will be interesting for you. Theta and XRP, as mentioned, are also among the biggest movers today, as you can see them listed in the movers and the shakers section. But the one I want to talk about, I want to mention, I want to congratulate is then, ladies and gentlemen, 73.97% to the upside. And I am congratulating to Dan and its community. Dan is making his ground. Please, we do have a few videos about it. We made even a price prediction. Check it out if you want to see where the Dan is heading in this rocket ship. And as we are aboarding those rocket ships, let's head to one and let's head to the charts of waves. Let's surf through the USD and make that price prediction. Weekly chart of waves versus American dollar. You know what's the funny thing? Funny thing is the waves is moving in waves. And I'm not joking, it really is. Because how else would you describe this type of move? Waves, right? Higher and higher waves. But those are good waves. And from the time it started to move in waves, well, it got out of its bear market. Those waves that you're seeing on the screen, those are the bull market waves. We are regaining our all-time highs. Pretty soon we will crush it, I believe. Now since we talk about bull market, I think it's fair that we mention this boy, because this was the peak, the end of 2017. From that point, well, we started fierce, just like other cryptocurrency. Bear market downtrend was established and it was pretty clear. But all things, bad things, comes to an end and something better is taking place. So I hope that you can clearly see the shift of momentum and the price action that is starting to move and making high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and we don't know where this one will end, because it is a fairly big possibility that we plunge a little lower from this point. As long as we are, and remember this, above this zone, we're good. Our bull trend that started last year is not endangered. Now, if you remove all this, and now you could be asking yourself, why we stopped right here, right now? My simple answer would be, we faced a very familiar line of resistance. You can see those points where the price of waves were rejected several times. So why would this time be any different? Waves is really moving in waves, very structurally, very like school example. This is no exception from those previous moves. And yes, waves with one more time, not to say one more, it could be 2 or 3 more times, doesn't matter how much, be faced with this line of resistance. Maybe next time we face it, maybe at this point waves decides it's no longer a resistance. That we don't know for sure. Maybe he decides to break it to the upside and become super bullish. Let's see about that. This is how we stand on the big picture on the weekly chart right now. Remember, this line, it's very simple. If you are beginner charting, it can be simpler than this. One line showing you where is the next stop of waves. And yes, the same things apply with support. We could be charting something like this and see the clear areas of support. So we are very near to this line of support. Now, one thing that is worrying me is that this pattern in itself is called how? If you're into charting, you know how it's called. Rising wedge, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we do have a rising wedge. It is a bearish pattern. So by the default, bearish patterns break to the downside. Will this one bearish pattern that's lasting all the way from the end of 2019 decides to break to the downside? There is high possibility for that, but also remember, when the altcoin season comes, not only that we could be living for quite some time inside this rising wedge, but also we could break it to the upside. It's not 100%, there's no certainty in this game that this bearish pattern will break to the downside. It is higher probability. For now, we'll see. Maybe altcoin season reignites that fuel into waves and decides to invalidate this rising wedge. I think that for now we don't need to focus on this. We could be focusing on volume, for example, that right now is telling us that the biggest volume so far in waves, probably in the history of waves, was happening when we touched this resistance. It is logic, right? It's fairly logical. For now, this resistance, as I said, is ultra important. We didn't manage to break it even with this big volume. A lot of profit taking at these levels. What was that? At the time, around $12. So from all this, I want you to take into account this resistance line, because as you can see, it's showing us where the next stop for waves could be. After that resistance, I want you to take into consideration 21 exponential moving average, because this guy is showing us even much more. Here, price came back above, retested it, and since then, this was the May of 2020, decides to be above it, telling us that we are in a bull phase. This is the first proof for me that waves is moving in a bullish direction, that the bull market is on. Even more bullish proof for me is this. Look at this retest. It's super healthy for a price when in a bull mode above the 21 EMA retest these lines. Once again, what it did, it retested it. Now by the probability, you know what's coming. And please ask yourself, is it unlikely or likely that in the near or the distant future, waves will again touch this 21 EMA? Of course, by the logic, it is super likely. Currently, 21 EMA is standing at $8, around those levels. So if we today plunge from $10 to $8, nothing is changing in our bullish picture. We're still good. We're above it. Even better, we will probably retest it and then decide to regain our upward momentum and new leg to the upside. Now, if that is the case, if Waves decides to go and regain its all-time highs, break it, then we're having a case for making a price prediction. One more thing before we make the price prediction, please be noted that the most important level is $14. For me, above those levels are wicks, below are the bodies on the candles. So if we go from the $14 in 2017 to these days, well, we're almost there. Maybe this was a rejection of that line, because remember, we are not talking about one specific line. I always think in the terms of zones. Maybe we were rejected by it, but maybe it really needs to retest at $14. It really needs to go straight to the 14 from the 10 that we're standing at right now. And then the picture that we just mentioned of a correction, the bigger one, is coming. We'll see about that. I'm just laying you my thoughts on the screen. So my thoughts on that price prediction, well, finally, now is the time. I will use the high of 2017. I will use the low of 2019. Those are the points around $18 and around 50 cents. Wow, that's some move to the downside, right? But you can see that at this point of 50 cents, there was so much despair. But where are we now? Where are we now, ladies and gentlemen? $10. Who would have thought at that 50 cents? Then $10 is easy reachable. No one. But that's the game of investing and trading. It's not easy. You just get to have the plan. For now, my plan is to show you where are we heading in the next few months. And I will do that by one simple technique: Fibonacci retracement, reverse Fibonacci retracement. For that technique, we are connecting that high of 2017, the low of 2019, and we are getting the levels we need. Now, let's travel into the future to see what we are talking. I think that's far enough. For now, please disregard those levels, but also please do not disregard those levels, because those are the exact levels we are talking about. From the reverse Fibonacci retracement tool, we made a Fibonacci extensions: 161.8, 261.8, 361.8, and 423.6%. Now, what levels did we talk about? And what is that prediction that I'm talking about? After we reach those $18, next up $29, after that $46, after that $64, and ladies and gentlemen, the number came here for $75. Yes, you're seeing this right. $75 is my verdict. Now, feel free to disagree with me. Feel free to comment. Is this too bullish for you? Is this too bearish for you? I don't know. For me, it is what it is. It is what the chart is showing. It's not my imagination or a lucky guess. I believe that, yes, waves in this year can go all the way to $75. Now the question is, will we even overperform it and go higher? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is quite a possibility. But this is something that for now I cannot predict. Those are the levels of overperformance. Think about it like a bonus. In your head, keep 75. Everything else comes as a bonus. And a real bonus for this video would be your thumbs up. You smashing the likes. It would help tremendously this channel. I'm thanking you in advance. Also, if you like my channel, please do check out these videos that I'm pointing at you right now. In there, we're also making all sorts of price prediction for various coins. Because as you, I am also a crypto enthusiast. And now I'm moving in waves. Bye.